Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Wow, crazy week, right? Crazy week. Last week we had a dump. We saw Bitcoin at 78k and now at 93k. Wow, bullish right to the moon, right? 100k now very soon or maybe more, right? So let's start with Bitcoin. Let me show you here what is actually what is happening right now in one day chart first. First of all, here Bitcoin, my target was 75k, around there. Bitcoin hit 78. Well, I will be honest with you. I closed 50% of my main account short. I opened a short position around $92,000, 500, 200 around there. And here in my main account here, and I closed yesterday 50% around $86,000. And today, actually, I got to stop it in my main account. So it's totally fine because I took profits, right? So that's I took profits here, 50%, and the rest, well, I got to stop it, just I pay fees. It's fine, no problem. Now, when I wake up today, so okay, well, in my small account, I lost two trades actually. Yes, here. Let me show you here. Bitcoin actually was falling right every time here, and of course here I opened a short position and I got to stop it here. And after that, Bitcoin bounced here around $88,000, 200 here. Where is the MA55 here in 4-hour chart? Let me show you here. And I open a second short position here. And of course, I got to stop it around here. So I lost two trades this time. So you can see my trading journal. Actually, they are you can see my losses there as well. It's okay. It's part of the game, right? It's normal. So what is next right now? So let me show you here. Now I know the news bullish, right? Donald Trump is gonna do something with ADA, and I don't know why not Bitcoin, right? But ADA, really Cardano and Solana, right? Suddenly they are wow, awesome. Well, I have to tell you this. This is like this, okay? It's like this. Now I'm gonna explain why. Let me show you why. It's something I learned about with experience, of course, with all the trades after almost 10 years, is when you see something like this, like a pump like this, right? To the moon, right? Well, this is not organic, right? This is not organic, of course, and we have a buy signal here in 1-day chart, yes, thanks to this pump. But the problem with this signal here, now we are very, very, very far away from the entry point. Like, for example, in an organic, when the move is organic, of there is not like manipulation like this one, no manipulation, like just people are not informed. For example, here, the price usually is very close to the MI55, and after that we see a bounce. Normally, when any asset, not just Bitcoin, we want to see sideways here, right? Maybe a few days sideways here, and eventually here we can expect a buy signal here. And from here, yes, we can expect a bounce, a normal bounce, right? Our organic bounce. When we see something like this, well, that happened to me many times before. Even with the buy signal here, right, present, I can tell you already play out. So the only thing happened today or yesterday is this buy signal is this. Already happened. So what is going to happen now is Bitcoin is just going to be in sideways here, and well, it's going to just drop, looking for maybe around $87,000, something like that. And let me tell you something. Right now, Bitcoin in weekly chart is very obvious here. The price action is very obvious. Bitcoin must close this week, above $97,000. As long as Bitcoin is not about $97,000, nothing happened here. It's just, market makers, right, game. So as you can see here, Bitcoin must close. If you're very bullish, I mean, honestly, I'm very bullish, right? I am bullish in the long term, of course, for Bitcoin and stock market, and crypto in the long term, right? But right now we need actually to. I need to see Bitcoin proving to us like actually this move is real, and this week we need to see Bitcoin closing about $97,000. If we see this close, for example, it's gonna close like a hammer, for example, something like this, right? Well, actually this one, something like this, not hammer, it's just gonna close like this weekly chart, for example, this one must be like this, okay? Must be like this week. if we don't see this close, for example, something like this, right? Around 100K, $97,000 around there this week, this is just gonna be a massive, massive, massive bull trap. And I have a very strong reasons why I'm saying this. I'm still insisting on this because, of course, when I saw Bitcoin closing this reversal in the monthly, right? Of course, the area of resistance is around 96, 94, and for me makes sense in the long term, of course, testing this area. But after that, well, as you can see here, as long as Bitcoin is below $97,000, and even better, we need to see all March Bitcoin closing above 97 or even 100K to invalidate this setup. So we can expect right now Bitcoin, it could be entered in a very long-term range where now is the top is going to be around 95 and the bottom is going to be 78, $80,000. So now let me show you something else. Of course, I cannot tell you right now short. Of course not. I mean, in short term, yes. For example, I am in short right now, $90,000, 94K, looking for actually around 90K, 88, because we have a sell signal. And usually when we have this kind of pumps, right, without any reason, like just like this, usually the pullback actually is worse. So in the short term, right, I'm looking for around 90K. And as you can see here, I don't use it. I am very honest with you, but I know many traders, they ask me actually is, well, the ME21 here is at 90K. I will be honest with you. I don't use the ME55, ME21 for Bitcoin, especially for Bitcoin, because the results are terrible after 2018. Yeah, before in 2017 was very good. After 2018, the moving average ME21 is not actually my favorite indicator because over time, right, is very bad. I mean, let me show you here. Maybe just one time here, but let me show you here and here, and most of the time actually it's not working very well. So that's why I don't use it. I prefer MA55. Of course, I need to wait more time. Less fake signals. Sorry, let me remove this. So, but if you are bullish and you want to see your moving average bullish, like, well, you have to see Bitcoin closing above 90K this week. For me, we have to see Bitcoin closing actually about $97,000, this area. As long as Bitcoin is below this area, nothing happened here. Okay, nothing happened here. Of course, I am not saying Bitcoin is gonna continue crashing. Of course not. But at least I am looking for a range between maybe around $85,000 and $95,000, around there, something like that. Sideways here, right? Sideways here, something like this. And looking for the next sell signal in the one day chart. Now, let me tell you something about something could change the game here. Right now, here in weekly chart, we have this sell signal, right? But if Bitcoin can hold between 80K and 95K for the next 3-4 months, and maybe in summer, something like this, yes, I will be bullish there and I will start looking for longs, maybe on UATA. But right now, the evidence is not like that. Let me show you here. Maybe you remember you were trading in 2021, 2019, actually, long time ago. Bitcoin actually it's not the first time we saw the same thing. Actually, many times actually Bitcoin likes to do something like that. Let me show you here in 2000. I remember just one moment here in 2019, I think. Yeah, something like this. Let me. This is not 2019 here. Yeah, Bitcoin crash here. I remember very well here in 2019. Bitcoin crash all the way down to from a 14K, around 14K to around $90,000. And suddenly we got a bounce, this massive bounce here around 20%. And here people were so bullish and, to the moon, because to 1 million, whatever, right? Blah, 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 right? And what happened after that? Bitcoin actually crash and I was in sideways and for another 6 months, and after that finally a major continuation. And you can, this is not new. For example, here another crash here, right, around 28%, and suddenly next day Bitcoin pump here around 40%, right, killing all the shorts here. They were looking for maybe $4,000, I don't know. And after that again crash. So this is not new for Bitcoin, right? So this is something actually we have to get ready. That's why it's very important to protect your capital, right? Manage your risk, because this is not new. This is something actually Bitcoin is historically speaking. I saw it many times. So now, if we use another technical tool, for example, here the volume profile here, from the bottom here of August, so that's the bottom here around 50K to the top, you can see here we have a volume profile is telling us all this area between 1990K and 92K, it was, well, in the big picture, right? It was a support, right? That's why Bitcoin, we were trading in range, in this big range for a long time, since February, or all the month, February, 1 month. And finally here is, technically speaking, is resistance, right? So that's why if you are bullish right now, you have to see Bitcoin closing maybe this week. I think just only this week above 100K, $97,000. I will actually 100K is gonna be much better. But as long as Bitcoin is below this resistance, because now resistance, this is like this. Okay, there is no other direction. Okay, now. In my case, when I was trading this crash, of course I was taking profits, yes, and of course I lost 2 trades. It's totally fine. Remember here, you in the long term, when you are trading, you will take losses, but overall in the long term, your wins must be bigger than your losses, right? So that's why for me it's totally fine taking losses. Of course, we cannot predict the market, but based on this, the data here, you can expect like, well, Bitcoin is testing right now resistance. So I will be more bullish if actually today or tomorrow or maybe this week we see a green candle like this. It's gonna be awesome. Yes, because after that I will be super bullish, looking for actually a test here, and after that to the moon, 200K, 100, 1 million you want, whatever is the number you want to put here. But right now Bitcoin is testing resistance. That's why I am in short, looking for actually this signal here to be fake, because I saw it many times when Bitcoin is doing this. Usually this signal in the curve here, the momentum here, is not organic. We are looking for organic and for an organic move, right? Something like this, something very healthy, like for example an uptrend here. We have a pullback here, and after that we have another pullback, and so on. And right now here is just the retest of the resistance. Now there is no volume here, there is no bullish divergence here, there is no evidence actually right now for me Bitcoin must keep pumping right now. Actually no, I think for me it's just this, the bounce, these classic bounces I saw in the past. For me, of course, you are following Twitter, on social media, oh my god, yes, to the moon, yeah, it's up to you, right? Now, of course, I'm not saying it's a bad opportunity. Actually, following another system, I learned my lesson. I will never ignore this, the big WAP actually around 79. I was, yeah, it's gonna crash, but I learned my lesson here, so I will never ignore, especially weekly big WAP. So because I missed this massive move, well, but never mind. Maybe in another live stream, I will explain a little bit more what I'm talking about. So now in the short term here in 1 hour chart, as I said before, I was looking for actually, as you can see here, if we use the probabilistic zones here of the curve or QE, is actually super, super huge. And every time when it's above here, there is a very high probability we will see a pullback. And as you can see right now, it's happening here, the pullback. So looking for around 90K, 88K, around there. And of course, I will close my position there, because right now in the short term, Bitcoin actually, at least in 1 hour chart, 4 hour chart, has momentum. So that's why I will just trade this. If I've seen around 90K, I will be happy just to close my positions, and I will just wait for the next move. And as you can see here, eventually we will have a sell signal in 4 hour chart. And as long as Bitcoin is below this area, around $97,000, 95, around here, let me just change the color here because I want to be very clear with you. This is resistance. We are testing, Bitcoin is testing resistance. As long as Bitcoin is below here, I am not bullish, right? I am not bullish. And honestly, I give a shit what the Trump or whatever said. I don't care. Yeah, I am showing you the charts. Of course, many altcoins, they are now massive pump to the moon. Let's buy all in, right? Because they will go to the moon. If I am correct with this, you will see Cardano, Solana, all of them, well, crashing, same as on Bitcoin in the long term. Now, technically speaking, is something actually is very interesting because in USD dominance, I saw a better variance, remember? And now already play out. So the better variance we saw here, I told you before, yeah, honestly, I was not expecting super fast. Actually, it's like a little bit like, not like more organic. But as you can see here, this chart is bullish. So we have here the pullback, and the trend is your friend, and the trend is to the upside. So this is like this. Of course, we will have to wait all the week. So I'm expecting sideways here, right? Sideways here. And after that, another buy signal here, continuation, because the trend is my friend until the end. And also, I don't care what media said, we have a bullish momentum right now in the monthly here. So in the long term, I'm looking for actually a bounce, and we have volume coming here. So that's why in some point, this is gonna just pump here to maybe 8%, 9% here. So that's why nothing changed. Actually, nothing changed actually for me. So as you can see here, right now, Bitcoin is doing, is the dominance. The monthly is actually doing very well. And weekly chart here, let me show you here. This is something very interesting. With this bounce here and this reaction here, we need to see the weekly chart closing. I mean, this week is very important. This week is very important. As you can see here, we have this candle. This candle, yeah. Some people will call it like Revestone candle or shooting star. I just follow just few candles. In my experience, dodges and shooting stars and gravestones, actually they are very good. But I like to see them only in the big time frame. This is telling me, well, it's actually very, 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 very. It was very powerful here, the reaction, but it didn't close below, right? So that's why, as long as weekly chart is above 4%, everything should be fine. Everything should, I mean, the sell pressure here was strong, but not strong enough. So that's my point. Now, as you can see here, is testing the MI55. Technically speaking, right, I can't, it should be like this, right? So why? Because we are gonna see a sell signal very soon, right? Very soon here, a sell signal here, potentially, right? But what I'm expecting here is like Bitcoin, USD dominance should be more in sideways between this area, not making new lows in this area. And eventually we will have a buy signal, or well, the continuation of buy signal here is gonna actually play out, pushing USD dominance to maybe 8%. Let me show you here the bi-monthly here. Bi-monthly here, we are gonna have a buy signal as well, maybe in summer, I think. So that's why in the long term, I'm gonna explain you this because it's very important, because after people see this kind of moves, oh my God, 20% move, oh, to the moon right now, the bull market is here. No, my friend, if you see Bitcoin in the past, actually has been doing the same thing. Yeah, after of a major crash, what I mean is just because people have short-term memory, you know. So we have a major crash here, for example, here, right? 25% crash is to zero, right? And after that, Bitcoin, oh my God, wow, 40% in 1 week. But in the long term, what happened? Crash. So bad. You see? So that's why be careful here with your assumptions, like the market is bullish. Yes, technically speaking, right now in short term, yes, actually it's very good. Now, let me show you something. As I said before, looks like right now the next consolidation area is gonna be between around here. This is the area I'm expecting this year. The MI55 is gonna be tested in the monthly, in weekly chart. But I am paying attention for in the next 3 months, I think, in summer. If Bitcoin is printing a buy signal here, right, and the price is still above 74K, around here, of course, I will actually consider to buy again Bitcoin, but not now. Maybe in summer. Maybe in summer. That's of course, this is my humble opinion, right? You can do whatever you want, right? So now let's continue with Cardano and Solana and all the main altcoins. Okay, first Solana. Let me show you here. Right now we have actually Solana actually is actually doing very well. I mean, tested my target around 120, closed actually above the MI55 here, but the real test is this week. If you see Solana or Cardano or Bitcoin closing below key levels, in this case, Solana cannot lose anymore 160. If you see Solana closing below 160, this move also was a fake out, and you will see again 140, 135 tested, and potentially you're sideways there. But actually Solana is doing very well. What I'm trying to say is because it's here, the buy signal here is coming maybe in the next 2 months. So I am not expecting new lows like $50 or $70. No, what I'm expecting is just in sideways here, and potentially we could see another bounce here in the long term. So that's why we need to be open. Like, of course, in the long term, monthly is not very good, but remember, monthly is for 1 year, right? But for Bitcoin here, looks like the next buy signal in summer, as long as Bitcoin is holding 75k, 80k, it should be here the area to buy, maybe potentially again here. In my case, I need to wait, right? I need to wait to see the actually the price action showing me I am actually this is true, because same as right now we saw a move, right? Like, just think about this. In 1 week, in 2 weeks actually, we got this move, right? In 1 week, right? 20%, and only in 2-3 days we got another 20%. So this is actually something I really like about cryptocurrencies, right? Because you can make profits very good. Only you are not very careful, you can actually lose it, right? So that's why risk management is very, very important. But the thing here is, like, right now Bitcoin is at resistance, so looking for a range, something like this, right? And this is gonna be very good if for long-term holders, right? You wanna buy Bitcoin again around maybe in summer, as long as Bitcoin is holding this area, $80,000, 78, everything should be fine. But the odds are still very low. And remember this, just as a friendly reminder, we have a sell signal here, sell signal in the monthly, right? Sell signal in the monthly, and also with better variance, and also with better variance in bi-monthly here as well. So in summer, right? In summer, not now. The next candle is gonna close in, I don't know, in May actually. The next close is the next close is in May. So we have to see Bitcoin closing, I think around $80,000 until summer, or like July, something like that. If we see that, yeah, we can. I will change my mind, and maybe we can expect maybe new highs potentially. Yes. So, but right now, I think the most important moment right now is this week, because we will know exactly what is going to happen. Remember what I said before? As long as Bitcoin is below 97,000 or 95k, I am not bullish in the long term. In the long term, right? Actually, for me, this is a normal thing. Major bounce here, and after that, continuation to the downside. Killing longs, killing shorts, right? So that's why risk management is extremely, extremely important right now. Right now, I am in profit. I lost 2 trades, so I am very happy. I will be very happy if this week I can recover my losses, because I lost actually. 1 second. So let me show you here. I am in short right now at 94k, because Bitcoin tested around here the MI55. And remember, I will never change my mind about what I said always. Every time when we Bitcoin technically speaking is trending to the downside. Okay, Bitcoin technically speaking broke the MI55 and very strong move to the downside, and we have this bounce to what? To keep falling, Okay. I'm not saying new lows. I want to be very careful. I want to be very careful with my words, okay? I am not saying new lows. The only thing I'm saying is potentially Bitcoin could be in a range between 80k and maybe around 90k, around there, for a long time, maybe a few months, something like that. But overall, right now, this is my TA, right? So it's to the downside, and that's all. And actually, you were looking for another short position. This is the best area to enter right now. Well, not now at 92, maybe you see another test to 94, 93, 95. Makes sense to start shorting again Bitcoin. And now maybe you will say, oh, but Bitcoin, we have a buy signal here, right? You're breaking your rules. Well, the thing here is like you need to understand something. Curve, my system, yes, is working. Yes, I follow the rules here. Yes, but when I see this kind of moves, there are some exceptions, right? Because this move is not organic. This move is not organic. It is not the same here, you see? Because, for example, we have a buy signal here, and Bitcoin is moving, right? But we in micro time frames has some pullbacks, right? Small pullbacks, and also we have another example here. For example, we have a buy signal here. We have Bitcoin is moving. We have some pullbacks, right? Maybe for our chart, and it's continuing, right? Moving. It's more organic. This is just more like a pump and dump. Okay, now let's continue with more altcoins. Let's talk about Cardano. Cardano actually right now is testing the MI55. Nice bounce, actually. I really like it. Testing again resistance here. Volume is descending here. Still not very good. Let me see the monthly here because I want to see some. Okay. Monthly, okay, wow, this is interesting here. Okay, it's testing resistance here. Still testing resistance, right? Technically speaking, I can tell you something. This is the area to take profits. This is the area. This is the area because technically speaking, of course, this is resistance. If I am right now in Cardano, maybe I bought maybe a 60.70. This is there to take profits, right? Not holding. And the reason is because formally speaking, we don't have a buy signal here. We don't have a buy signal. Looks like Cardano is gonna just be in range between $1 and 65 cents, something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, something like this. Of course, if maybe after 2-3 months, maybe in summer as well, if we see another buy signal here and Cardano, same as Bitcoin, is around here, maybe 70 cents, 75 cents, yes, I will change my mind again, following the system and looking for maybe new high, maybe around 1.5 or $2. Yes, but right now Cardano is in sideways, same as other altcoins. Now let's talk about Ethereum, for example. Ethereum, I know maybe many of you are not bullish anymore in Ethereum, but the fact is Ethereum is the second most important altcoin in the world, right? So Ethereum didn't even move. I am not using Ethereum as a main indicator, but I am telling you this. Usually in bull markets, something I noticed in 2018, Ethereum likes to move before Bitcoin. Okay, if Ethereum is not moving, like it's not following Bitcoin this bounce here, and actually I don't see any signal here, it's a little bit concerning because if you study the past, 2018, 2020, 2022, usually Ethereum is moving before, a little, maybe 1 week before than Bitcoin, to the upside, to the downside. And after that, we can actually, one of my friends told me this like a long time ago, and actually when I back tested, this actually is correct. Right now Ethereum is not doing very well. Of course, we need to see Ethereum holding this area around $2,000 400, and if maybe in 2-3 months we see a buy signal here, yes, not now, it could be a very nice opportunity to buy, but not today. That's the point. Okay, now let's continue with more. Do you have any requests? Let me see the comments. Okay, I told Bill, I told you my TA. I don't know, you agree, right? I don't know. Just I'm telling you. I think you said like use another trap, Simon. Well, for both sides. I mean, bulls and bears. It's for both. Market makers love this, so that's why. Very nice. I mean, many longs got crash here, and many shorts right now got wrecked because, of course, they were shorting here, right? Very smart people, right? No, the shorts were here. For example, if you were shorting around 94, 95, 96, the worst scenario for you, you gotta stop it. That's all. You didn't lose money, right? But all the people without actually proper risk management, right? Like risk management, because you can trade this. I did it. I was trading in 1 hour chart this crash, but with risk management, and it was actually very good, very nice. But it's very dangerous because, of course, sometimes you will have this kind of move right to the upside, and it's not gonna be very nice, right? When you wake up and suddenly you got wrecked. So that's why, um, I said before, it's a little bit sad because I was expecting to see Bitcoin in sideways here, right? Sideways here and take maybe a long position here around maybe 82, 83. That was the plan. Closing taking some profits from my main account, and after that looking for organic test to the MI55. But now we are here. Of course, let me say it again. I am not expecting a crash. I mean, like 70K or another follow. I mean, another crash. No, it's just I'm looking for a resistance, potential support here. Potential support here. Okay. Okay, guys. I think that's all. That's all. Let me see. Every weekend Bitcoin usually makes a huge surprise move. Looks like a scam. Well, in my experience, actually, no. Bitcoin is doing more sideways every weekend. This kind of moves. The last time when we saw this kind of, I cannot remember actually a move like this one. No, I cannot remember. The last one I saw like this one, it was in 2019. Like suddenly, just in one day, 20%. Around 2019 is the only one. That's why I show you that chart, because I remember that moment. Okay, let's talk about Monero. Ah, you wanna see Monero? Okay, wow, very old, very old. Let's see, Monero. Okay, Monero. Okay, interesting. Wow, interesting. Wow, I couldn't buy. I was thinking to buy Monero a long time ago around 100, and now it's at 200. I didn't see it. Well, we have a sell signal here, but we are a new trend forming, you know? So this is a sell signal here. Wait for the pullback and continuation, and the trend is your friend. Okay. Looks like Monero is getting ready for actually a major uptrend. Let me show you here. We have volume is actually very good. So you see a pullback, continuation to the upside. Okay. Let's continue with and then it's time for shorts. It depends on the asset. For me, Bitcoin, of course, yes. Yes. As I said before, we have to see this week, not just only this pump. We need to see continuation. We need to see something very, very powerful. Something powerful, very powerful. We need to see Bitcoin closing about $97,000 this week. As long as we don't have that, this move is just, well, a bounce to continue falling. Okay, let me see. I think that's all, guys. That's all, because yep, yeah. I'm gonna check tomorrow the stock market. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.